All right, guys. So if you guys have internet on your main house and you're looking to get internet, Wi-Fi, or hardwired security cameras to a detached building, I have a solution just for you. Hi, my name is Daniel with Next Gen Technology Solutions. We design and install systems like this for your home, business, or property. Okay, so this customer came because he had Wi-Fi on this main house, which is this one here. But what he wanted to do is he wanted to put Wi-Fi and a security camera in this specific building. So if he has any guest or if he's working in the garage downstairs, he's able to have Wi-Fi on this specific part of the property. Now, he also wanted a camera that was located right here that overlooks his chickens. And this is the chicken view he wanted to cover. So this is the solution we ended up going with for this specific scenario. So on the main house, we installed an antenna that beams straight to the detached building. And what this does is sends the network signal, essentially an invisible data line, from one building to another without the need of trenching a data line underground. So we were able to do this mainly because the main house already had internet and it had a primary network. Now the issue was trying to get the network to the next building. And once we are able to get internet on the next building, then that's when we could add a hardwired security camera to overlook the chicken hen. And this is what it would have looked like if we had a trench from one line to another. So we completely bypassed that. And this is where it gets a little complicated because if you did need to trench a data line from one house to another, you have concretes, you have plants that you have to completely destroy just to get to the situation. So we strategically put these antennas where they're more optimal because you can't just put these antennas and hope for the best. You have to have a specialist to make sure that these antennas are actually going to be optimal to get the fastest and the most reliable signal from one antenna to another. So that's where it gets a little complicated. But once you strategically place these antennas for them to face each other, they're essentially bulletproof. Once we install them, these systems are designed to last a long time, especially if we get one of our specialists to get these installed. We never have problems. And this is exactly what the line of sight looks like between the antennas. So in order for this main antenna on the main house to work properly, we had to run one hardwired line directly to the antenna from the network rack, which in this case, it was a PoE switch. So this was located right where the router was. And this is exactly where it was here. So we had to run one line from here all the way up to the attic, which then what we did is added a weatherproof Cat 6 cable that withstands very heavy rains, sunny days. We ran that straight down to the antenna. So we went from the network room straight to the attic, straight down here, and this is where the antenna was located here. And this is essentially what the antenna looks like. We were also able to add a camera, so we ran two lines to this camera and to this antenna, and that's how it looked here. Okay, so now let's talk about how we received and distributed the network in the detached building. Okay, so we chose this location here because there was an accessible power source nearby, allowing us to provide constant power to the receiving antenna. We also had a clear line of sight to the antenna as well. From there, we were able to distribute the network connection to the router for Wi-Fi throughout the building and to an IP camera. And so this is how the IP camera looked after we installed it. We needed to go a little higher than it allowed us here. So what we did is we ran the cable to this little box, then allowing us to go a little higher to get a better view of the chickens. So with this little camera, we were able to get a good view of the whole chickens just by optimizing it right here on this corner. So we were very happy with how that came out. Also, customer was very happy as well. So this is the network flow that we created and designed for this specific property. So we have the main house. From the main house, we did a point-to-point antenna to the detached building. Then we caught that signal with this antenna. With this signal, we routed that data into a PoE switch. From the PoE switch is where we connected the router to get Wi-Fi for the whole building. And then we also connected the IP camera to this PoE switch. So with this equipment, it will allow you to expand the network to more cameras, more data drops that you want in that building. So now that the install was completed, now we have Wi-Fi available inside the detached building. The PoE network switch provides foundation for future hardware devices. Additional cameras and Cat 6's network drops can be added later. The building-to-building connection is already in place for future expansion. So these are all the big benefits of adding this type of system to your property. So this is the same solution that we use for detached garages and workshops, ADUs and guest houses, barns, farms, and chicken coops, gates and remote security camera locations, warehouses and multi-building properties, and big apartment complexes too as well. So if you're looking to design and install a system like this for your property, click the link below to get in contact with us and book your consultation. We'll see you there.